你给俄国人太多机会，他们将会像。
Damn. Thanks to museum, destroy it. Hey, hero.
Good luck.
That wasn't too good of a run anyway. I'm not too upset about it crashing there. Better to crash there than later on.
Do you read me? Jennifer.
5x5, Fiona. ETA?
You're about 10 minutes from the DMZ drop zone.
Glad to hear your voice on the line. Wouldn't have made it through Iraq without you.
Hey, say that to all your support operatives.
Only the ones who saved my ass.
Just doing my job. We're close. You might want to get your gear together for the drop. Have you checked out your new PDA yet?
Of course. Transflective screen, high-res image, fast uplink.
Don't worry, there's not going to be a test.
Not true. I'll be testing it plenty in the field.
I know it's not state-of-the-art.
M4A1 carbine. Barrel tends to overheat. Other than that, a fine weapon. M67.
Standard issue frag grenades.
Produces casualties within 15 meters. Lethal under 5. Definitely up to my standards.
This is Blackbird. DMZ's in visual range. The drop zone is hot. We'll be coming in low and fast.
You heard the man. Time to get going. Jennifer, you ready?
I'm good, Fiona. 5x5.
You know they say the DMZ is the most dangerous place on Earth.
I know.
But still, $100 million. You think you could spend that much money in one lifetime?
You know me. I've got expensive tastes.
That was a mess. I don't really feel like going for another speed burst, so I'm just gonna ride this out. A little slow, but better than crashing.
I'm hearing reports of intense shelling in the area. Head north to the Allied HQ.
Oh, speaking of which, not really sure what happened there, to be honest. Just kind of like,
you to explain to me why we're still getting
unrealistically oversteered. I wonder if it's because I was like going slower than I'm normally going, so the like my normal steering input would have a greater effect at a lower speed. Or if I might have just made a mistake. I don't know. That felt weird. It felt like what I normally do without what normally happens as a result. Damn, this is not going well. This has been 2 really lousy anti-ups in a row.
You killed him! Alright. That's okay. You can still verify him, but now
just
we
like,
have the bounty.
it's crazy how often I can do anti-up and yet how inconsistent it is. I mean, it just goes to show, you know, like the next run on the docket is like technically no helo. Like that's now my oldest record. But man,
You should be able to target the artillery from here.
I don't know if I'm looking forward to that category. Driving in this game is such a pain.
Bombs free.
Great work. Garrett will be pleased. Now get back to the ANHQ. Wow, what a mess. Go talk to the guard again.
Not bad. Maybe I was wrong about it. And I sure as hell don't mind the opportunity to get something done or...
Lovely. That is as good as it gets, ladies and gentlemen. That is the best AT missile spawn and the best
You
execution
got mail
on
from
it.
the Allies about that
That was
CIA
very
operative
nice.
working for the South Korea.
Very nice. Too bad I didn't have a good anti-up to go with it, or this could have been a nice gold.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location.
Hello.
Good job. There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location. That'll be worth something to the Allies.
과학 사령관님은 지금 당신을 보시겠습니다. 사령관님, 이분이 바로 계렬 대령님이 전화하신
I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to
Are you gonna be able to
regarding
work
like
with this guy?
tank
Believe
flying
me,
off of a
I've
bridge.
dealt with lots of blowhards
So I
like
can't,
him.
I'm not sure. I mean, Pink says it happens. I'm not sure. I don't know what you're talking about. So. Oh, that's not good. That's fine. God damn it. Stupid. Throwing grenades is hard.
Troops are moving in near the east defense point. NK troops are moving in on the south defense point.
God, the RNG is just so brutal, man.
NK forces are attacking the north defense point again.
Nice, got those guys.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location. Good work. Nicely done. The South Korean reinforcements have arrived. Ka-ching.
Fade out. That sucks.
I just forwarded you a message from a man named Yusuf Yurinov. I've got his file here. He's a major domo with the Russian mob. Dangerous, but almost certainly worth it in terms of money and intelligence. Colonel Garrett is going to be happy to hear about this.
You're here to look at some merchandise.
Don't underestimate him. He may act like an idiot, but he's a ruthless killer.
See, so I would say that was another. Okay, so my gold must be even better than I thought. Because the last run I thought I had a good stem of the tide and I lost 20 seconds, and this time I definitely had a pretty good stem of the tide and I lost 20 seconds. So I think I should be basically shooting for anything under 20 seconds.
In the area, but those machine guns could be dangerous. That's what the Russians are after. Oh boy, not. The Russians are providing a copter for you. I hope you remember your flight training.
Nice paint job. So much for a low profile.
The Russians are providing a truck and some soldiers for you.
Say, that truck looks familiar.
At least they patched it up.
Hey, I brought it back in one piece.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location. Colonel Garrett is going to be happy to hear about this. There's the Jack. Take him out, we get our bounty. Excellent. That's a Jack in the bag and a bounty in the bank.
I have to say, I'm definitely like warming up to this category the more I play it. I mean, I do enjoy the fact that it does every contract in the game. You know, it's kind of, it really is just like a diet 100% run. Bang, that's so true. Every time she says that, I'm like triggered. Jack in the bag, bounty in the bank.
A mercenary, violence for profit, the two hallmarks of Western ideology.
Charming guy, really.
Oh, I'm sure he'll warm right up once you get to know him. There's the museum, destroy it! Well done, that's one less NK Command Center. You should play the
That was
field a
pretty
little.
close.
Get to know all the major players. The Chinese decided you're a threat.
Did he even say
你给俄
anything?
国人太多机会。
Did the guard even say anything?
Sounds like the Russian mob's making headaches for a lot of people in the area.
Time for you to give them one of their own.
I swear to God, I did not hear him say proceed through there, like anything.
Your SNS signal's being jammed. Support options are back online. You're almost to Heiju. I've pinpointed the exact locations of each officer. Two of the guys only have small entourages to protect them, but the officer and the E, they've spotted you. Now there's no bonus from the Chinese. That's one officer confirmed down. That's two officers confirmed down. Only one more to go. Keep up the good work. That's all three officers confirmed down. Good work. Now get out of there. Report to the Chinese contact now.
Where are the civilians? There we go. I had to look away so they respawned.
I'd suggest trying to stay on Peng's good side.
I'm not sure that guy has a good side.
So the reason I'm trying to make the faction hate me before I start their missions is basically what happens is if you turn them hostile between when you start talking to the HQ guard and when you go into the HQ, the game doesn't really know what to do because it's like, well, you should be hostile with them because then once you're inside the HQ, you can start the contract. So like if you start the contract while you're hostile, the game is like, well, this can't be right. So it just automatically bumps you up to 1 point above hostile, and points are the reputation system is on like a 200 point basis. So like killing a civilian, for example, lowers your reputation with the Chinese by 5 points, just for example. So the nice thing about, good lord, what was that? What? No, that was weird. That rock like shot me back like 15 yards.
There's a number card
Very
nearby.
strange.
Check your radar for the location.
Like the physics in this game, like I'm pretty familiar with the physics in this game, right? That felt weird. I almost want to say clip that, but it probably isn't as interesting as I'm thinking it is. Like, I bet if I watched it back, it probably is like, oh, okay, I guess that made sense. But did that look weird to anyone else?
Your SNS signal's being jammed.
Anyway, so yeah, so when you start the contract, if you're hostile with them when you start it, the game just bumps you up to like 1 point above hostile. And the reason that that's nice is, one, you don't have to bribe the factions. You don't have to spend any money or time like bribing them. You can just like do that trick and get into the HQ and be where you need to be, versus like turning them hostile and bribing them. And two, it's nice because you're as close as possible to hostile, which makes it easier to do the warps. So like, if I'm only 1 point above hostile and I kill a civilian and that lowers their reputation, my reputation with them by 5 points, then I've got 4 extra points to spare. So for example, if I kill North Koreans in front of the Chinese, every North Korean I kill increases my reputation with them by 1. So I'm afforded like 4. I can kill 4 North Koreans and not risk losing the warp. Does that make sense? Basically, that was the long answer. The short answer is being hostile at the onset sets you up for being hostile at the end of the contract.
This guy Buford sounds like a real character.
Typical American ex-CIA burnout. Believe me, I've met more than my share.
The agent is being held in one of the hangars at Pyongyang Airport. Bring him back safely.
So I should have saved more time there. That was definitely one of my like easier time save opportunities in clubs. But hitting that rock kind of messed me up. And then other than that, I just kind of had subpar movement elsewhere. But I mean, it really doesn't matter that much. Like, ideally, like I'm trying to be even coming out of clubs. Like that's my goal. But it doesn't really matter because like I have so much time saving hearts and spades that like losing time earlier in the run is not that big of a deal.
The agent isn't here. They saw you. That's not good. Buford doesn't want anyone to know who's liberating his spies.
Thanks for finding me. Let's get out of here.
Okay, bring the agent back to the South Koreans.
So losing some time here. I got the worst RNG for where the spy is. So I'll probably be losing 10 seconds? I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, you know, so that guard not saying anything, I've kind of noticed that in runs when I do that trick, when I do tax evasion on that HQ in particular. I've noticed that it just seems to always just immediately put me into the HQ with no dialogue. And, but this time I especially noticed it, but I wonder if that's happening like every time for some reason. And I wonder if that's reproducible in the other HQs. Like it might, we did figure out how to skip their dialogue. I wonder if that's like basically what's happening. Like I wonder if they're basically, if I'm basically like causing him to recoil. And it's interrupting whatever dialogue he would normally have.
Boy, these North Korean generals really are a sweet group of guys.
I've known worse, believe it
Which,
or not.
it'd be cool if that's true. I just don't know why it doesn't happen on the other HQs. Like, it seems like that's the only HQ that it happens on. I might need to, I should probably play around with that a little bit. Since we do know it's possible to skip the HQ guard dialogue, it's probably worth seeing if we can skip it consistently.
It looks like Choi has already fueled them up, so you might be able to set up chain reactions. He is on the base somewhere, but you'll have to scout around for his exact location. Or wait until the helicopter lands. He's on the roof. You need to find a way to either get up there or get him down. Beautiful. Choice being verified.
God damn it.
Roses one.
How hard is it to just run back to the helicopter? Apparently pretty hard. Alright, so that's going to be a few seconds time loss. Wow, that's like, man, you get stunned for a long time. I mean, that was like 5 seconds or something, right? Like 4 seconds. It's pretty bad. If I have perfect execution on the next 2 splits, then I can probably come out at clubs even, but it'll be
There's a
close.
number card nearby. Check your radar for the location.
Like I said, though, it's not really a big deal either way.
That'll be worth something to the Allies.
We could use some help around here, mercenary.
I have no comment at this time. No, ma'am.
I hate dealing with these columns. You never know how many troops you're fighting.
No problem. As soon as they pop their heads out, they're gonna get a nasty surprise.
Here's a tip. Surgical strikes are great for taking out hardened structures like barracks, hangars, or tunnel entrances. To use a surgical strike, you'll need to select it from your support menu. Once selected, you can designate a target using a hacked satellite feed.
Bombs free.
Damn. I think that might hit.
Target destroyed. Good
But I'm
job.
gonna take an extra
Use
shot
the same
just to be
technique
sure.
when you want to destroy other hardened structures.
Okay, good. The first, oh, second one missed actually. But the first one hit. Okay, nice. I think the first one did splash damage,
Excellent work.
and the second one hit a
Payment
tree. So then, yeah. Anyway, not saving the full 16 seconds here, but saving a nice chunk of it. Okay. Whoa.
Cleared you.
Woo.
Come on in and I'll give you the details.
Oh my god.
Division 39 was basically
Running
a
into the table. I
state-sponsored
hate it when I
mafia
do that.
before
Alright, there's
President
another bit of
Kim
time loss.
Your first ace contract. Let's just make sure it's not your last.
I kind of don't like
Your
running
motivational
against such a good
speaker before
start
you
to
came
the
to
run
Exalt,
because I'm
weren't you?
focused on like things that just don't matter, you know? I'm like stressed out about losing a second here and there when it's really like minutes and I'm trying to come off. But I guess it doesn't hurt.
Okay, I'm on my way. Special live, they're shooting at me.
Oh, that's not good. Okay. Hopefully we can make do with 27 health.
Your SNS signal's being jammed. One jammer down. Your SNS signal's being jammed. That's 2 jammers down. Looks pretty easy so far. Your SNS signal's being jammed. That's it. You've nailed all the jammers. Nice going. This is interesting. Longbo's transmitter is coming from inside Sung Tower. You'll need to destroy the tower to get to Longbo. Allied intel says the tower is a hardened structure. They've authorized the bunker buster support option for you.
Roger, target received. Bombs free.
There it goes. Very good work. There's Longbo.
Oh, I missed. Almost caught up. Not quite though.
Now that Division 39 is taken care of, be on the lookout for the Ace of Diamonds. That's General Chang and his men. Chang's responsible for Sung's biological and chemical weapons programs.
Дай должен им не зверь какой-то.
I know Sergei said by whatever means necessary, but I know you are more intelligent and will not expose us to needless risk.
first the Chinese, now the South Koreans. The Russians aren't out to make friends.
Sometimes you have to
I'm on
break
my
a few
way.
eggs.
Special delivery. They're shooting at me.
The North and South Korean forces are fighting near your position. Great, they've blocked the road. If you're not properly disguised, they will shoot at you on sight.
Did I not? I'm pretty sure I had 3 direct hits on that. That should be a guaranteed kill. Okay, interesting. That one flipped over, so all I need to do is blow up this one. Nice. All right, that was lucky in a really weird way.
Going. The South Koreans are retreating, and Sergei's sending.
Because I blew up the 2 APCs pretty close to each other on the road, the 2 that spawned in the base, like the second one spawned inside of the first one and pressure launched out and got flipped upside down, which is pretty insane.
I have no idea. No, Mr. Garrett, I'm sorry.
Just what I needed. A simple contract.
Right, a simple contract for a complicated mercenary. There are the depots. Plan your attack carefully, because more troops will probably show up once the fireworks start. The Chinese are using Nampo to resupply their HQ. 1 down, 2 to go. That's 1 fuel truck down.
Whoa, just got hit by a barrel there.
Good, you've taken out all of the depots.
Where are all the fuel trucks? This is insanely bad spawns. Oh, there's one.
1 more to go. Getting hot down there? You've really thrown a wrench into Chinese operations at Nampo. Buford will be pleased.
There were like no trucks in the city.
You've convinced the Chinese you're not a threat anymore.
Yes, the mercenary. The one who takes the people's money and kills their soldiers.
Gotta say, I never thought you'd end up a paid escort.
Correction. A well-paid escort.
Good, you found him. Now get that officer to Heiju in one piece.
That's going to be good.
The Russians will welcome on you. Political nation.
South Koreans are on a collision course.
I'm sure we'll be able to play both sides to our advantage.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location. Colonel Garrett is going to be happy to hear about this.
This is Allied Command. You have entered a restricted area.
Hello. Ah.
Your SNS signal's being jammed. There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location. That'll be worth something to the Allies. Support options are back online. Your SNS signal's being jammed. There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location.
Okay.
Good work.
It's pretty awesome that I still have 100 health with my helicopter.
Your SNS signal's being jammed. Support options are back online.
It's weird that I don't have a disguise, but I don't really need one.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location. That'll be worth something to the Allies.
Jesus, this guy's just peppering me. 100% accuracy AK enemy. So much for my pristine helicopter.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location. Colonel Garrett is going to be happy to hear about this. Your SNS signal's being jammed. There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location.
A little slow on the landing here. I'm a little concerned about the tank, if I gave the tank enough time to target me.
Garrett is going to be happy to hear about this.
But it's usually not an issue, and it wasn't an issue here either, so we are good. We are right on track. There's typically one officer killed immediately after I start flying out of there, so looking good. And then for some reason it never clocks 2, and it'll clock 3 here right after I pick up this ammo. Nice.
I've intercepted some South Korean communications. It definitely sounds like we're throwing them for a loop. They're considering pulling out of the village, but keep posting back. Job. The South Koreans should think twice before taking... You've made the South Koreans
사령관님은
happy
지금
with
당신을
you again.
보시겠습니다. 왜 그가 그 아버지를 죽였는지 이해가 안 돼.
속은 서양 걸 싫어.
This is the aircraft's last known position. The pilot should be nearby. Is it just me, or is Buford starting to not like you?
Hard to tell. I think he talks to everybody like that.
Excellent. Let the North Koreans sift through that if they want any intel on the plane. Good news. I've located the pilot. The bad news is, so have the North Koreans. It looks like they're taking him to the Black Gate. That fortress is heavily defended. If they get inside, the pilot's as good as dead. Good. Looks like he's alive and in one piece.
Let's see what this tin can do. Let's go.
I landed like this. Alright. losing a little time on
Well
his
done.
pickup,
That's a
but
pretty big chunk of
fine.
change for a nice leisurely mission. Agent Mitchell Buford is...
Wow, lost a lot of time on his pickup. That's very surprising. Surprising how much of a difference that makes. So basically, the only difference there between my last run and this run was
Plans are for mad scientists.
in my last run, when I picked him up, I shot the driver of the truck, rather than like this time I tried to shoot him, but I failed. So then I flew in front of him so that he'd stop, and that in conjunction with, I think I picked him up a little slow. He didn't want to pathfind to the passenger seat for some reason. I don't know where he was trying to run to. When he said like, "Boy, am I glad to see you," he like ran the wrong way. So those two things caused that time loss.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location.
Again, not a big deal at all. I'm mostly just surprised that it was 6 seconds. I thought it would be like 3.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location. I'm tracking the current casualties in the city. If you don't stop the shelling before 25,000 civilians are killed, Buford will pull the plug on this operation. There's the artillery in the hills. You've destroyed the first battery.
Oh, whoops.
There's a heavy concentration of AA up ahead, so be careful.
It's got to be good.
Good work, only one more left. That should be all of the artillery. Wait, what's that? My God, how could the Allies have missed that gun? You've got to destroy it.
Roger, target received. Bombs free.
There's the jack. Well done, hero. That's a good day's work, and thousands can sleep in safety tonight thanks to you.
Too bad they'll never know my name.
So now you want fortune and fame?
You're right. Maybe I'm getting greedy.
Very nice.
There's a number card nearby.
Oh, good lord.
Check your radar for the location.
Oh my God, this guy. God damn it, that just happened. All right, now I gotta kill all these surrounding troops. Okay. That's, wow, I had a gold pace going there, and then this guy just wouldn't die. Like, how many times did I hit him? Really stupid.
You have all the intelligence necessary to track down the Ace of Diamonds.
I was like about to save close to 10 seconds there and like get a 10-second gold, and then that was just some absolute shenanigans.
Наемники здесь, чтобы увидеть Сергея. Who the hell are you?
Just a tiny bit of bad RNG.
Right, of course. Hey, mercenary.
I have some refinements to add to Sergei's offer. Watch for an email from me.
Looks like we can make it up though. Have a few opportunities
Is
coming
it
up.
just me, or does Sergei seem a little crude, even for a mafia boss?
He's so out of his league, he doesn't even realize. The real brains of their operation is Yosef.
Well, I'd watch out for him, too. I'm forwarding you an email. Joseph is personally offering a bonus if you can finish this job quietly. Joseph just gave you access to a support item he thought you might find useful. I've identified the allied officer for you. Looks like he's giving a press conference. Don't let the journalists see you take him out. I don't think that's what Joseph had in mind by quietly. Looks like the press conference is wrapping up and the allied officer is preparing to leave. Take care of him before he gets away. Run's out, 3 to go. I've identified the prisoner for you.
I was a little worried that I shot that too low.
Vehicle moving at high speed. I wonder where they're headed in such a hurry. Good work, you're halfway there. I've identified the SK officer. SK forces appear to have secured the entire area. It seems like they were waiting for the arrival of the NK prisoner. It won't take long for word of the prisoner's death to reach the SK officer. Better hurry.
Again, that's just RNG. Like, do the bullets spread correctly, or do they, you know, or do they just like miss constantly? Nothing I can do about that. Like, sometimes I'll literally get that guy, like, immediately when he spawns in, I'll, like, hit him with a headshot. And then other times it'll be like that, where I actually have to, like, slow down to kill him.
Colonel Pang will see you. 你唔可以同時打2場仗嘅喎。我可以將。
Still saving some time though, so that's good.
Jagal has a reputation as an especially cruel leader. He tortured his own men if they were less than perfect.
I look forward to returning the favor.
I've been losing my helicopter a lot here recently, and I want to try to keep it this time. Because if I can keep it, I can get pretty big time save. Nothing crazy. It's like, compared to not keeping it, it's like 6 seconds, I think. But, or maybe even less, because I do have a faster hijack strat with the Mafia now. Actually, no, the Mafia might be friendly with me now.
Your SNS signal's being jammed. That's 1 artillery weapon destroyed. 2 down, 3 to go. That's the 3rd one. You only have 2 left to destroy. Great work. Now get that last one and you'll be set. All the artillery weapons have been destroyed. Good news. I've identified the King of Diamonds' location for you.
Oh my god. Damn it. Well, so much for keeping this helicopter. Lucky to even be alive there. That was what a joke. The rocket like fired out of the right pod instead of the left one. And so it hit the wall that I was like next to. That's fine. Doesn't really matter. That could have been a lot worse, so I should be happy.
Okay, I'm on my way.
Fantastic news. Colonel 1 Jagal.
Special delivery. They're shooting at me.
Damn it! What am I doing? Focus!
Okay, I'm on my way. Special delivery. They're shooting at me.
Very stupid. So, in my last run, I realized that one of the opportunities I had to kill allies and get their mood down, which is something I need to do before I start the next round of contracts, one of the opportunities is right there when I'm at the MASH waiting for the Mafia helicopter to arrive. But like, obviously there's a balance there, and what I should be using is my AT missiles, not my rifle like I did. So I shot the gunner, and then I was like kind of panicking. I was like, oh wait, like now the guy might try to run me over. So then I decided to blow up the AT missiles, and my magazine was half empty, and yeah, it's just a mess.
Looking for some extra cash, eh?
Well, so much for that time save opportunity.
Okay, now we can get something done, eh? And no one will know it was us.
You're doing well so far. Sergei might not know how valuable you are, but I do.
Yeah, I have to wait. Gonna have to wait until well into Hearts to try to catch up.
Remember Exop's policy.
Don't get caught.
There's not enough time saved between now and then to make up what I've lost. Alright, nice. At least the allies, that's exactly where I want the allies to be, so at least I don't have to worry about that.
According to his file, the Queen has been smuggling weapons into and out of the area.
Get
But the
in.
allies have all the roads blocked off and they own the air, so how he's doing it is a mystery.
Let's go!
I don't know if, I guess because my, like,
Check your email.
I was kind of rocking back and forth on the landing gear. Normally if you make contact on the ground and honk the horn, he will, like, really pathfind toward you. Like, you don't even need to be on the ground. You can actually fly up in the air at that point and he will get in. But I guess I didn't fully land.
He's blowing up the hospital, destroying the evidence. If you don't catch him, no one will know how he gets weapons into the area. Sergei is going to be happy to hear about this.
Alright. So I should be saving a little bit of time here, but obviously I lost some picking up the journalist.
Waiting for you.
The clubs were easy. Businessmen. A general.
Up for a little babysitting?
I'm the most well-armed babysitter you'll ever see.
Glad you finally made it. Can we go now? Please? I've got deadlines to meet.
Oh my god, this guy's hype. Wow, that's really lucky. It doesn't actually save any time, but it makes this part a lot easier. So I don't have to worry about the South Koreans blasting me to an oblivion. Oh, this would be a good opportunity to, oh no, because I guess the South Koreans would shoot at me. I was going to say, I could pick up that blueprint while I'm waiting here. Like, that would be a decent chance to get one of the blueprints that I need to get during the run, but it's definitely not worth it. Well, see, they even shot me as I was flying away, just because I flew over their territory.
The Russian mafia are really stepping up their presence in the area.
People of Korea will triumph over the foreign aggressors.
Okay, I have what I need from here. Chinese operations in Nampo should provide some interesting footage. Okay, I have what I need from here. Okay, I have what I need from here.
These facades are too eerie to pass up. Hold on while I get some shots.
The Allied mood is actually lower than I want it to be.
I have what I need from you.
Well, we're just going to hope for the best on the next contract, because I had to kill 2 Allied soldiers, and it looks like doing so at the moment would actually put me hostile, which is not good. I don't know how that happened. I think because I killed a civilian at the hospital when I went for the Queen.
Thanks, driver. I got some great stuff today. See you.
Colonel Garrett isn't going... I hope you're ready for some action. Intel reports General Kang is sending reinforcements to the crash site.
Are you kidding? I love a challenge.
Just make sure you get any survivors away from the crash site before the NK get there, or those soldiers won't stand a chance.
Nice gold, I guess. I don't really know what I did differently, but I'll take it.
You just received another email. Seems there's some additional targets in the area they'd like you to help clean up while you're at it.
So I gotta get lucky here. I gotta basically kill 2 Allied soldiers and hope that the game either doesn't register one of them or doesn't register both of them as a hostile act.
There's the crash site. Find any survivors and rescue them. Well done. Now get the survivors back to the...
Yep.
Colonel Garrett isn't going...
This is like just my luck, you know?
Intel reports General Kang is sending
So I've done this run now. Like, I've gotten to this part in the run, like,
just make sure you get any survivors
5 times,
before the NK get there, or those soldiers
maybe
won't
more.
stand a chance.
And every single time I've done it, I have never, I've never experienced a faction loss with the Allies from killing those 2 soldiers. Like, every single time I've done it, it hasn't counted. And now, of course, like the one time when I need it, like I actually need it to not count, it counts. Of course it does, right? Like, and I'm pretty sure the reason why is they were facing me. Like, they're always running the other direction, but this time for some reason they were running toward me. And I'm gonna try something a little different this time because I don't want to have to do this again. I don't want the run to die.
Well done.
No.
Now get the survivors back to the HQ and you'll be done.
How did he not die
One
from
of the
that?
crash survivors has been killed.
Get in. And of course, see? And of course this time it didn't count, right? Like, of course. I'm so annoyed. I mean, again, I'm pretty sure it has to do with the fact that, like, line of sight, like, the guys were running at me when I shot them, and, like, this time I basically shot the guy like he was around a rock when I shot him. Wow, super disappointing. I think I might still be on sub 2 hour pace if the rest of the run goes perfectly, but that was a massive, massive time loss just because of shenanigans. Hey Waterlord, how's it going? You just came in a bad part in the run, but...
That's a successful rescue. We're done here. Our bounty's on its way.
I got your clearance for the Ace of Diamonds. General Strong's weapons. I don't care what they're denying. You tell that Russian...
General Chang is one of Sung's closest aides.
How was my
and most
trip?
experienced
It was fine. Yeah, I mean,
He'll
it
be a tough nut to crack.
was like mostly
It's
just
hard to take a
spend
man
time with my
named
partner's
Chang
family, so
seriously,
it was
but
good.
I'll give it a
Had a
shot.
lot of good
I
food
marked the
and
location of the Type 07 supergun
did
on
a
your
lot of
radar.
interesting
The gun is
things.
hardened and has a jamming system built in. You'll need to find a way to destroy it.
Basically what I keep telling people is it wasn't really a vacation. Like, it wasn't intended as a vacation, and it wasn't like relaxing like a vacation probably ought to be, you know, like we were going there for a very specific reason. So it was a productive trip. Honestly, it's just hard to travel, like, it's hard to travel and also work, like, work remotely and like, truly enjoy yourself, I think, because you can't really relax the way you probably ought to.
gun is tough. It'll take a few shots to destroy it.
I'm annoyed at myself for even taking the risk on that last mission, you know? I should have just played it safe, and I was just rushing because I was already behind.
That threat has been eliminated.
But, like, I should have just eaten the, whatever, 10 to 20 seconds of time loss that it would have been to just play it safe.
Chang is preparing for a final push.
So that was a poor judgment call on my part, which I'm not pleased with, but whatever. Pressure's off for the rest of the run, I guess.
Great work. You've verified the ace of diamonds. The Allies are wiring the bounty to us now. We've dropped you into the Allied MASH unit in Kusong. You're about 100 miles north of your previous location. Before you head off after General Chul Kang and the rest of the Hearts.
Наемник.
Sergei seemed a little wigged out to you.
You mean a little more wigged out?
Okay, I'm on my way. Special delivery. They're shooting at me.
Oh, I got him. He didn't make... I didn't hear a dying sound, so I wasn't sure if I got him. That one's always a little tricky. The fog always covers my vision when I do it from that angle, but I haven't actually missed the kill yet, so haven't felt any reason to change it.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location.
I'm just going to do a normal verification here. I'm not going to do an animation skip because my helicopter health is so low that I'm pretty sure if I throw a frag, any direction it goes, it'll blow up the helicopter, and then that'll, like, potentially put me into red health here, so it's not worth it. Wow, what a shot. Someone give that guy a medal.
Your SNS signal's being jammed. We received an update to the contract. An Allied tank lost its way near the temple. Support options are back online. There's nothing left of the village.
Well, other than the not doing the animation skip on the verification, that was pretty much a perfect segment. So hopefully this will be a gold.
Наемники здесь, чтобы увидеть Сергея.
Slightly long dialogue, so we'll see.
All right.
All
my
right.
best friend, the mercenary.
Relax. I don't think we'll have to put up with him for much longer.
Nope, not quite.
Наемник.
Wow, I lost time. That's
Sergei didn't
surprising.
give us much lead time on this one.
I guess
That's about what I'd expect from him.
I guess my
No
PB was pretty good in that regard. Oh, I
The
forgot to
man's one
waste
step away from
rockets.
total chaos.
You know what
Pay
I
attention.
What?
think? Sergei's operating out of his league, and he's getting more paranoid as he expands his business.
Hopefully, well, yeah, it'll be fine. I don't know why I always forget there. It's like consistently in this contract that I forget. Need to waste my rockets because I'm doing tax evasion with the Chinese after this.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location. Colonel Garrett is going to be happy to hear about this.
I don't think I got him. Yeah. That might have been fast enough, actually. I think I think I'm still good. I'm thinking that in conjunction, by the way, I almost got shot by tanks twice there. That was really sketchy. That in conjunction with firing the AT missile off at the beginning is a bit of lost time, but nothing too bad. I think I can still finish the contract as planned.
Nearby. Check your radar for the location. You sure are taking a while?
Yeah, we're good. We good.
Have been delivered. Mafia payment is en route to our account.
No.
You're now an enemy of the Chinese.
Mercenary?
Though my aides tell me I should have you killed for your careless actions.
Yeah, not surprised I'm
against
losing
my
time
men.
here.
It seems I must depend.
These codes will compromise the entire South Korean defense network.
I wonder if we can get the South Koreans to pay us to make it secure again.
They have the front of their outpost well protected. You need to find another way into that valley, or be prepared to spend a lot of money. Good, you have the codes. Now get back to Chinese HQ. I can't say I've ever been paid to start a war between two countries.
Just call us the Black Hand.
Options are back online.
Roger, target received. Bombs free.
Your SNS signal's being jammed. Colonel Zhao Peng is in... I knew we could count on Peng for another face card.
Oh yes. We can always count on Peng to do what's in Peng's best interest.
Nice. Nailed it.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location.
Oops. Forgot my mechanics there. I thought I could switch weapons and then immediately throw a grenade, but that is not the case. So I should have saved my weapon swap for after I landed at the SKHQ.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location. Good work.
You must think you're pretty badass, killing so many of my men and then strolling in here looking for work. Keep it up and I will...
Buford's starting to sound a little burned out to me.
Maybe things aren't going so well for him.
The KIFV was designed for electronic warfare.
Nice,
It
got a
acts as a
Humvee.
radar jammer, so you'll have to rely on your wits in there. Agent Mitchell Buford. You ever get the feeling we're fighting 3 or 4 different wars here?
Yeah, all for the price of one. They're definitely getting their money's worth out of us.
You're close to one of the roadblocks. One roadblock destroyed. Great, 2 down. That's 3 down, well done. One more down. Doesn't seem too hard.
Traitor, fall back!
Agent Mitchell Buford. This queen brings us much closer to Sung. He's got to be running scared by now.
He's a psychotic dictator who possibly killed his own father. Who knows what scares Song?
Okay, so I do need to check the allied mood somehow. I neglected to do that. Ideally, I could just kill a civilian or something. Need to make sure that they're ideally unfriendly, I think is where I want them. Oops. Oh, good, they're unfriendly. I went about that in a roundabout manner. I actually improved their morale by killing a mafia soldier, but that's fine.
Good job. The complex is well guarded. I'd advise a stealthy approach. Good job.
Hello.
Your SNS signal's being jammed. Support options are back online. This SAM's lightly defended. Shouldn't be a problem. The chemical plant is finished. Nice work. Stop him. He's trying to get away. The Queen of Hearts has been verified. identified and killed. Good work.
Taking fire!
I probably should have called in a
I'm on my
sniper
way.
drop, but that's okay.
Special delivery. They're shooting at me.
We could use some help around here, mercenary. He's more than just a general, sir. Kang's in charge of Song's...
You ever dealt with weapons inspectors? They can be very anal.
Great. I love spending time with professional pains in the arse.
Let's see what this tin can do.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location.
Locked and loaded. Let's go already.
Now I know why I blew up that truck.
Let's see what this tin can do.
Alright, that was a very, very smooth inspect and verify. The all the inspectors pathfinded good. Path found well. Not really sure. The grammar on that should be, but
The inspectors have returned with their findings. Allied payment is en route to our account.
The Merc killed him.
Colonel Garrett isn't going... This should be fun, huh? They're likely to just shoot those men the moment they spot you running around in the area.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
You better get moving. You don't have a lot of time to get to the inspectors. Check your email. We've just received word they're offering a bonus if we ring on the inspectors. Home in one piece. Colonel Garrett is going to be happy to hear about this. It's probably not a good idea to get get too close to the site with that chopper. The satellite shows MK anti-air vehicles in the area.
Shit.
There are the inspectors. You may want to get rid of those guards next to them before things get too hot in there. They're going to kill them. You might want to get out of there.
Go already. Thanks for saving us.
That was sketchy.
More North Korean troops are inbound to the site.
The ZSU was very nice and didn't shoot at me.
Forces set up roadblocks to stop anyone from leaving the area. Another one of the inspectors is down. Keep your eye on the last one and we're finished. Beautiful. The intel those inspectors gathered is worth a lot to the Allies. They've already wired the money to our account. Another job well done. There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location. That'll be worth something to the
Oh, I'm
Allies.
so close. So you can actually get into your vehicle if you're stunned, if you're like far enough in the enter vehicle circle. But I was like inches away from where I needed to be.
Best keep your mouth shut when you meet the boss.
So yeah, not gonna be a gold, but pretty good.
Уранием очень дорогой металл. Наемник.
I'm starting to wonder why Yosef puts up with Sergei.
I hear you. I can barely stand the guy, and I only have to deal with him in small doses.
The garrison's crawling with SAMs. Taking them out would be a good idea, since you'll probably have to call in support to take down that fortified bunker.
Oh, whoops! I forgot to.
Your SNS signals.
I forgot to shoot this thing. I was so excited about actually successfully landing. Normally I get shot down here, that I actually forgot like the point of successfully landing.
There he is. Now you just need to get him. Good work. King's been verified as dead.
Major Bay Topsko, the King of Hearts, and the man responsible for building Kang's IGT.
So unfortunately I didn't check the allied mood with me. I doubt that they're friendly. I think they're probably neutral, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start this ACE contract rather than like try to check.
Gathered enough intel to convince me it's time to go after the Ace of Hearts. General Chul Kang.
The thing is like even if they are neutral,
Thank God, I was wondering
and I have the opportunity to get the helicopter hijack, it doesn't always work because of how the just like how it spawns in. So just hope we get lucky here.
It must be hard to give orders on a sinking ship.
Don't forget, he still holds some very valuable nuclear chips.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is not on sub 2 pace, but still, I'd be happy to save a couple minutes. I think if I saved a couple minutes, I'd probably move on to another category. Nice, got the hijack. Very nice.
Welcome, Mercenary. You are just in time for the firework display. Long live the glorious leader!
The Ace of Hearts has overloaded the reactors. Stop his escape and get out of there before the meltdown. Quick, stop him before he takes off. The Ace of Hearts has been verified as killed in action. Nice work.
Follow.
All that's left between you and the $100 million is General Sung and his all-female Special Forces squad.
资本家猪来找上校。
I have another contract for you. One of the last, I imagine. War between the People's Republic and...
Peng really seems to have it in for Buford.
Peng seems to have it in for everyone.
Okay, I'm on my way. Special delivery. They're shooting at me.
You're good.
The best.
Alright, yeah, that health is too low. Alright, let me park this. Let me move this out of the way a little bit. I'm gonna call in repair for this just to play it safe.
The South Koreans decided you're a threat.
Okay, I'm on my way. Special delivery.
Ow! Jesus Christ. I have no idea where that guy came from. Pretty sure those two helicopters just like spawned in right next to each other, which is unlucky because one of them just immediately got destroyed, and the other one looks like it destroyed when it hit it, the first one in the water. So now I have to actually wait for. Now I have to wait for another set to spawn in before I can go get the number card.
You're good.
The best.
Nice. Those are very slick headshots, and that'll buy me some time. That'll buy me some time to get the number card.
Well, it's hard to be good.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location. Good job. One of the weapons has been destroyed. Don't panic. We'll still see a good payday out of this if you keep the other one.
Alright, so it looks like I would have made it with 50 health, but it would have been pretty sketchy. So,
Chinese reinforcements are
I think I made the right choice.
Hang in there.
That's hilarious. I love that the Chinese guy got into one of the Humvees. That guy is absolutely tearing it up. What a legend. The run's going okay. I made a pretty major mistake in diamonds that sent me back almost 2 minutes. So this could definitely be going better than it is, but obviously we're like well on record pace, so that's good. Can't complain about that. Oh, what the hell? That was weird. Also, welcome Olympus, or welcome back. I feel like you were here earlier. I have 3 purple chatters, so like 3 regulars that are... Why do these keep disappearing? I wonder if it's sacrificing assets, because it looked like that one disappeared right when this tank spawned in. Nope, Roger. Nope. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. The game calls them tanks. And the last time, when I started playing this game, I was always calling them tanks. And then you were telling me, no, they're APCs, they're APCs. And then we found out they were IFEs later. And then even after that, we found out that the game calls them tanks anyway. So I don't care what they're technically called. They have treads, they have a cannon of some sort, and they have a gunner that is completely obscured. They are tanks. Although, I even call the ZSUs tanks. They don't have an obscured pilot. They can be both. You know, they could be an IFV, which is a subclass of a tank. But I'm gonna call them tanks. Except for when I call them IFVs on accident and APCs on accident, because I've called them so many different things throughout the course of my time playing this game.
Another one is destroyed. This may be tougher than we thought.
You may enter.
That was weird. It actually got stuck on like 1 second there. I was like kind of confused.
Thanks to your activities, we repulsed the South Korean offensive here.
这是自己人呐! An airfield full of armored vehicles, a heavily guarded South Korean freighter. Why am I not surprised you accepted this contract?
What are you, my mother?
I would like to echo Mui's sentiments, Roger. What are you, my mother? Even when typing, it is accepting all key commands for the stream. Oh, you mean like, are you in the chat box, but like pressing like P, for example, is like pausing the stream or something like that? Is that what you mean? I'm a little confused what you mean by that.
Roger, target received. Bombs free.
Good work, but there's a new development. The South Koreans put Chungju on high alert.
Good enough. A little slow, but I don't think it was slower than my last attempt.
All targets have been destroyed. Chinese payment is en route. You've made the South Koreans happy.
Man, I ought to kick your ass from here to Seoul. I'm trying to do something here and achieve something, and I will not let you get in the way.
God, jump, please.
He definitely has issues.
Alright, so the splits are going to get pretty wonky starting with the next one. Assuming I get the warp. I hope I get the warp, jeez. I missed the warp and boom in my record, which definitely did lose me a significant amount of time, but I'm not actually sure how much. It could have been 30 seconds, it could have been, you know, a minute and a half. I'd say that's probably the range. 30 to 90 seconds is probably what I lost from missing the warp. But yeah, the next split is going to be like a massive time save that's artificial, and then I'm going to maintain that massive time save until like the second to last split in the run. Just an FYI, so people don't get overly excited by For what it's worth, I think I'm on like a high 2-hour flat run, like somewhere between 2 hours and 2 hours and 1 minute. Like I think that's the pace I'm on, which is good. My target is under 2 hours, but if I keep this going and I save a couple minutes, I think I'll be satisfied enough to move on for the time being and do some other categories, and then I'll save this up 2 hour like goal for when I make my next cycle of the categories. Although it would probably make more sense to just like keep grinding for it now since I'm in the groove, but I just feel like it gets kind of boring for people to watch the same thing over and over again.
Agent Mitchell Buford. Careful out there. This thing between China and the SK forces, it's gonna blow any minute.
Too bad you'll have to watch it from the cheap seats.
I didn't really need to do that anyway. That is true. They do literally call it a KIFB, and then it's then but it's literally the wrong one. Yeah. No, I mean I don't deny that you're like technically correct, but you have to acknowledge that I was told to call them APCs by you, and then we found out they were IFBs, and then we found out that the game calls them tanks. You know, albeit incorrectly. And at that point, I was like, all right, I'm done with this. I'm just going to call them tanks, which is what I called them to begin with. Whoa, get out, please. Wow, that was weird. All right. Definitely not going to be golding this. That was a slow destruction on the radar jammer. And, uh-oh. What happened? Am I not close enough to the bridge? I can see the bridge. Wow, I was off by like a hair. Okay, definitely losing some time here compared to gold, but should be okay. Nice. Alright, so this is a fake. So I lost. Looks like I lost
Pretty happy about it too.
13 seconds compared to gold there. That's the thing that actually matters. The actual time save there is not real.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the
This
location.
is not a great spot for her to be. Hopefully this works. This is an absolute like cluster right here. Luckily I haven't actually taken any hits yet, so hopefully I can get out of here. Yeah, okay, we're good. That was a little awkward. I did not actually want to throw a stun grenade there. I'm probably going to stun myself unless I get lucky.
Good job.
Okay, nice. I got lucky.
There are 3 possible locations. General Yun could be at any one of them. There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location.
IFE is a subclass of APC. That's interesting. I guess that makes sense because they both carry personnel. Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
I guess he wasn't at the refinery. Not at the reactor either. only one place left. He's got to be at the nuclear plant.
Probably could have done a frag skip on him since my helicopter's in pretty good shape, but that's alright.
This one.
Oh, no one shot at me. Interesting.
Best keep your mouth shut when you meet the boss.
Oh, ran into the chair. Fail.
Don't say anything. We'll talk once we're outside.
I'm surprised I'm not closer to a gold on that. That was pretty damn good.
Yeah, and who wouldn't want that?
I guess like the actual
Realize we're walking
king
into a trap.
could have been a little better. Like if he happens to run like towards your helicopter, that's super good RNG that you can save some time with. And also I didn't do an animation skip on him, so yeah, okay, I guess that makes sense.
It's an ambush. Sergey set you up.
Worst ambush ever. That was my pathetic attempt at a Simpsons impression. That's hilarious. Gotta love Twitch. Alright, well, now we get to sit here. You know, I have to be honest, I think this is another... I know I've tested this, like, multiple times at multiple different points in my speedrunning, like, time with Mercenaries, but this feels like a time... This feels like a contract where it would be good to, like, kind of go get a number card somewhere while I'm waiting, but, like, there just isn't any... There aren't any close enough that it actually, like, works out to make sense.
Joseph isn't going to be...
Наемник.
Okay, listen up. I know the general locations of the renegade officers, but you're going to have to get close or use your binoculars to identify them. If you take them out without killing any loyal Mafia soldiers, Joseph, I can't
Of course,
tell
as soon as I shoot my target, any other Mafia in the area will jump on me.
Okay.
Nice work.
That was slow.
That's going to be good.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location.
I mean, one thing I could do is, like, go around and get all the number cards while Yosef's waiting for me. Come back and get him. Finish the contract. And then do this one and actually warp out of this one. But that would be a lot more complicated than what I'm doing, and I'm still not positive it would save time.
Target eliminated. There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location.
Because the other thing is, like, if I only go get one number card there while I'm waiting for Yosef, I can't warp out of that contract anymore. I have to actually, like, walk into the Mafia HQ and accept the next one, which would be a time loss. Please die. Thank you. A little slow here. But I don't think this is any slower than my PB. My PB wasn't perfect either.
Colonel Garrett is going to be happy to hear about this.
Well, that's got to be good.
Target confirmed. Take him. That's it. All the officers have been killed. Yosef's reward.
Honestly, pretty bad RNG on some of my, on just the spread of my chain gun throughout that contract. For like 3 of the 4 officers, or the, are they officers? Yeah.
Looking for some extra cash, eh? Наемник.
You've been a valuable asset. Now that I'm in charge, I'll make good use of it.
Наемник.
Yosef has a good idea where Sergei is hiding, but I don't have a fix on his exact position.
I'll find him, don't worry.
I wonder if Yosef was planning this from the start.
That's my guess. Must have killed him working for an idiot like Sergei.
Jen, the North Koreans are attacking Yongbyon. You'd better get back there. If I alert Allied Command, they'll flatten the whole city. You'll have to deal with this on your own.
I always do.
Please be verified. You win again.
Got a little unlucky on that. On the ZSU shooting me like right when I wanted to verify him, but it's okay.
The Mercenaries. Okay, I'm on my way. Special delivery. They're shooting at me.
We could use some help around here, mercenary. Welcome back, Merc. I got a simple delivery job for you. Unfortunately, the Chinese are planning one of those civilian contracts.
You actually get to do something heroic this time out.
Heroism's overrated. Money, however, is still great.
Here's the vaccine. Get this to our medical unit as soon as possible.
Oh, that's not good. Well, that's never happened. Glad that it happened, you know, during a run and not during practice. Cool. I'm pretty sure that,
Heroism's overrated. Money, however, is still
that might have been the two, like, honestly, I was feeling kind of good. I was like, dang, you know, I'm saving a lot of time just here and there. Like, I might be on a sub 2-hour pace, but I'm definitely not anymore. There's no way.
Here's the vaccine. Get this to our medical unit as soon as possible.
Like, I've literally practiced that, like, so I've done that in runs a few times. But then on top of that, I've also practiced it a bunch because it seems sketchy, right, just to, like, fly in there like that. And I've never gotten shot down. I don't know, maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I flew up too early, like, let them target me too early. That is extremely disappointing.
Great job. The Allies still have the supplies on the...
So that is, so that could be a minute, looks like. Minute time loss. Just for no reason. Absolutely pointless risk to
Welcome
take.
to the end game, my friend. Our control over this province is almost complete.
What do you think your chances
Well,
of
Roger,
getting
have you ever even seen me do that? Because I only started doing that in my last two. Like, have you seen my last two ACC runs? Because that's like the first time I've ever done it. Otherwise, I always do what I did at the end there. Honestly, I think I'm gonna practice that after this run a little bit because I think that it was. I think I flew up a little too quickly. Like I rose up from. Like I should fly down through here basically through
Chinese
this like
scout team reached the Unsan village.
path
They
up.
secured the temple where the
Because it
community
does, then
leader
it
is
doesn't give
located.
them enough time to target me. Oh shit, I totally forgot there's another tank here. Hopefully I can get out of here without it shooting me.
Good work.
Alright, yeah, I don't even know if they got in yet. Yeah, okay, yeah, they just got in. Alright, so that's fine. Good to know. Good to know that that's not really a threat.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location.
Oh, you mean flying in there at all? Wow, interesting.
Good work.
You must be the mercenary.
We've got a problem. North Korean forces are rapidly approaching the lake with heavy firepower. Good job. Excellent work. That's the last of the Chinese base cards. Support options are back online.
Fall back! It's the Mercenaries!
Oh, nice, I got the good Humvee spawn.
I'm on my way.
Don't need that helicopter then.
Special delivery.
Take cover!
Damn, I didn't get the speed burst though, so I just negated a ton of my momentum. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, we're not on sub 2 pace, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure that mission, that humanitarian efforts, that's what sent it over the edge. Because this last contract is like, I think it's like roughly 2 minutes long.
This is the big show, soldier. There's only one thing between us and
Such a
total
shame.
victory in this theater, and that...
You'll be spearheading the assault with a platoon of Garrett's tanks. Although you don't have to stick with them.
So I think
heavy
that actually
armor
was
is
a
always
real
an
goal
asset.
though, for what it's worth.
Satellite photos show a large concentration of AA near the prison, so use caution. The Allies have made all their airstrikes available to you. You don't need to be shy about using them here.
Oh, Roger. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it, Roger, but yeah, I was literally gonna say something along the lines of like, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like strats like that, they just go better if you're quicker. Like it's some strats are safer if you are more aggressive. But yeah, something else you might be interested in. So this little like fly-in optimization that I found, and we were kind of surprised like that we've never tried it. Well, on my last ACC record yesterday, I actually got shot down right outside the prison here and got put down to like 1 health before I got in here, and like I almost died. And I wasted like 30 seconds because I had to call in another helicopter, and that was because I like took the minor optimization.
President Kim, stop who?
Saul, my son.
Yeah, this sucks. So yeah, this would have been a sub 2 if I had just if I had just like eaten the 2 to 4 second time loss from the less optimal flying on humanitarian efforts, then this would have been a sub 2. I think. I'm not positive, so we're hitting them. Well, we'll see. If I get under a 201, then
Hang in there, President.
then it'll at least have been close. I'm hoping that wasn't the thing that made or broke the sub 2, but let's find out.
The Allies questioned President Kim. He gave them the vault codes for the nukes and general
Alright, no
Song's
sound
location.
alerts for the
I've
next
sent
until the
codes
end of
to
the
your
run,
PDA
please.
and marked Song's location on your radar. He's launched the missile! No, you've destroyed the computer. There's no way to stop the missiles now. Stay focused. An AN extraction team is on its way for Kim. Now go get Song.
Too late. That was a mess. I didn't set up correctly on the ground. I didn't fire it at the right time. Like, even if I had fired it at the right time, I'm pretty sure I wasn't even looking the right direction, so that was just really bad.
The chase is over. You're finished, Song.
Colonel Garrett is going to be happy to hear about this.
Alright, well, got a record. Yeah, so I think that it's kind of hard to say.
It's
Turn on the
just
volume.
awful.
It's kind of hard to say if that would have been a record, or not a record. It's kind of hard to say if that would have been, like, if I had gotten the spawn kill, I think the spawn kill saves roughly 25 seconds. And the humanitarian efforts, I lost 53 seconds? Is that right? Yeah, I lost 53 seconds. So it would have been really close. It like like if I had done humanitarian efforts correctly and had gotten the spawn kill, I think it would have been damn close to a 2-hour run flat. So yeah. Anyway, let's do a recap. I'll try to get through this as quickly as I can. Anti-up was really good. I got the actual contract was not good. It was pretty sloppy, but I got the best AT RNG and I executed on that RNG perfectly, and that saved a massive amount of time. The AT RNG is really what matters there. But I realized this run that I don't think I actually need an anti-tank missile launcher throughout clubs, like at all. Okay, so 1:45:03, so I cut 2 minutes and roughly 30 seconds off of the prior 3 records in terms of in-game time. And that does line up pretty closely with the 2 minutes 45 seconds I cut real time. Saved 3 times, those are all intentional, 17 retries. 15 of those retries were intentional, 2 of them were mistakes, which I'll cover in the recap, and 167,000 meters traveled. We're going to hit continue just so I can check the rest of my stats for fun. So I realized I don't actually think I need the AT missile throughout clubs. I think I can just pick up the RPG by the 2 as like a safety so that I can use it during Foothold, which is the Mafia contract. Oh.
This is Fiona with Exox. Do you read me?
No, I need it. I need it for tax evasion, so yeah, never mind. So yeah, AT RNG strikes again. It's becoming a thing in like basically every single category that you have to get an anti-tank missile launcher at the start of the run. Luckily it is like right at the beginning of the run, but yeah, it's kind of frustrating. Stem the Tide was actually fine. I was comparing against like an insane gold. I got the God glitch and Stem the Tide in my record, so not surprising that I lost time there. Foothold was fine. This all is fine. Pretty much like staying dead even with my record here. Proper function of government, I lost time just because the spy spawned in the worst position. He spawned in the final hangar. Farewell to Kings, I stunned myself on accident, so that's why I lost 5 seconds there. Woodwork was fine. Bringing down the house was fine. Playing the odds was a gold, but I still think I can do a little bit better there. That is a relatively new route, so the golds are not really up to the same quality as the rest of the splits. Hot time in Nampa was pretty good. I got terrible fuel truck spawns, and I did pretty well with the spawns I got, so that was fine. Escort service is fine. Persuasion was good. Persuasion is like my favorite part of the run. Like I look forward to doing it. It's so fun to like get, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 number cards in a row, like while you're on a timer to get to the propaganda village. And the best part about it is you actually do have a little bit of leeway. Like you have some wiggle room because the contract's on rails. So you don't need to do those 6 number cards perfectly. Like if you make little mistakes here and there, that's fine. As long as you do it like well enough, as long as you get to the propaganda village before the South Korean helicopter spawns in, you do not lose any time. And that's why I enjoy it, because it's like you're on a rush, sure, but you're pretty much guaranteed to get a perfect time there as long as you don't make any like major mistakes. And so it's like a pretty fun like section where you just get to like go crazy and get like all of the diamonds verified super fast. Alright, we're gonna check our stats now. First Principles was okay. I didn't get the pilot as quickly from the truck as I could have, so that's why I lost some time there. Master of None was beautiful. Like the contract execution was fantastic. And then when I went to go get the 6, 5, 7, I believe the 7. Yeah, I think it's the 7 of diamonds. When I went to go get the 7 of diamonds, like I just could not hit him with my helicopter, and I ended up like damaging my helicopter significantly to the point where I actually had to clear out the whole area in order to like not lose my helicopter. So that was like just it's really stupid, massive time loss. Omerta was good. Knock Knock was. Oh, I lost a lot of time here because when I medevaced, I kind of got distracted by killing the allies at the MASH. So I didn't shoot down the Mafia helicopter. I had to call in a second one. So you know was fine. Embedded was fine. This one killed me. I mean, this one also was the difference between the sub 2 hour run. This was easily the dumbest mistake I made in the run because I acknowledged in advance that the Allies' mood was too low. I knew their mood was too low going into the contract, and I just decided instead of playing it safe and doing like pacifist kills essentially on the Allied soldiers that are at the crash site, I decided to like take my chances and just shoot a dumbfire rocket at them because in the past I've gotten lucky with that and it hasn't caused any like faction loss with them. But of course, right when I need it to work, it doesn't, and I had to restart the contract because I killed 2 soldiers and it turned them hostile. So that was just like I easily could have just sacrificed the 10 seconds necessary. Hell, I'll even call it 20 seconds necessary to like just play that safe and keep the run like. I mean, obviously the run's alive. I got a record, but yeah, I really squandered a lot of like potential there for no real reason. Gunsegear Doe was excellent. Got a gold there, and the neighborhood was also excellent. 106 miles was fine. I keep forgetting to fire off 2 AT missiles at the start of that, so I need to keep that in mind moving forward. Manipulate data is fine. Exit strategy is fine. Chain reaction is fine. Repo man's fine. This is all good. Really nothing to complain about. Yeah, I mean, reactor retrieval has just been really sketchy in general. It went okay this time, but like I only had 50 health flying in to get the inspectors. Although part of that is because I flew up too quickly and I bonked into the North Korean gunship. If I had just like flown out of away from the 2 normally, then I would have had like 75 health or something. So yeah, that was actually kind of my fault that was sketchy. Got some nice golds here, it looks like. Eye for an eye. This is all fine. So Choke Point is a contract where you can save a decent chunk of time if you go super risky. So like that's the one where you blow up the South Korean boat and then you blow up the planes. And if you do it the other way around, I'm like 90% sure it's faster if you do it the other way around, and I think it's actually like somewhat considerably faster, like 10 seconds or more faster, just because the flying you're doing is much more optimal. But you're relying on way too much RNG and way too much like perfect execution for that to work. You basically need to fly over those planes, and without stopping, you need to fire all of your dumbfire rockets and blow them up like in quick succession, and get out of there because what will happen is the South Koreans will spawn an attack helicopter there if you fly into that like area, and their attack helicopters have anti-air missiles, and they can fire at you from, like, they're seemingly omnidirectional. Like, it seems like their attack helicopters can just, like, shoot, and even if you're, like, above them, they can shoot you. So, so I do it kind of the safe way, and then on top of that, my AT missiles, like, weren't super accurate, so I lost a little bit of time there, but nothing too bad. In and Out was good, Boom was good. This one was good. This one was good. Yeah, everything else was pretty good. I mean, and then we know what happened at the end here. I took a unnecessary risk during humanitarian efforts. I think the theme of this run is unnecessary risks. Like, that's the thing I need to, in future attempts, I need to kind of, like, lay off the unnecessary risks. I'm not going for a perfect run here, which would be, well, let's find out. Let's find out what a perfect run would be. So, okay, it's saying 153, but I kind of doubt that. Hold on. I'm pretty sure this final... Is that right? I'm looking for like obviously fake golds, and while this is happening, I'll pull up my stats just so if you guys are curious what my favorite weapon was and all that junk. Something's wrong here. I don't think... Could it really be that low? 153, really? I seriously doubt that. Like, I seriously doubt that. Let me see what it's saying. Like, where can I save time? 1 minute. Okay, so like, there's 1 minute here. That's true. Then 1.5 because of the end. By the way, 25 seconds called that. Let's scroll down. I'm gonna call that another 30 seconds of miscellaneous time. So we're 2 minutes now. 2.5. 3. 3.5. I'm gonna say like 4, like, and I think that's like I don't see 8 minutes of time save. I'm pretty sure what's going on here is there's something wrong with I skipped a split in my last record, and I think the live split for some reason is like retaining it as a gold. That's why at the end here it said that I lost like 4 minutes in the final split or whatever it said, or 3 minutes. So there's something going on with because I skipped a split in my last run. But yeah, so anyway, thank you all for watching. I'm pretty sure sum of best is somewhere around 156. So sub 2 definitely happening. I'm definitely going to push for it. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to let this run sit or if I'm going to keep going for it while I'm in the groove. But yeah, appreciate you all watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.